I see we are Stoomboy, the Combat Companion. So as always, shows brought to you by Hard Life Fightwear. So Hard Life Fightwear offering a range of products, whether it be gi, no gi, MMA, then Hard Life do have you covered. Anybody looking for any kind of custom gear or fantastic gear, just head over to hardlifefightwear.co.uk and use the discount code STOOM15 and you will get a little bit of a discount off of whatever you get. So we're going to be talking about Young Subs 2. So Young Subs 2, we're only, 3 weeks away. Obviously, we're going to be heading over to Liverpool. So we've already got some great matchups on the card already. So, and we can't wait to see how we're going to top the first one because the first one, obviously in Newcastle at the Fed, was awesome. This time we're going to be at the Invisible Wind Factory in Liverpool. So, ticket availability, make sure you head over to the usual places. That's the Instagram or Facebook pages for Young Subs or Sub Series. There's also pay-per-view on it as well. So the pay-per-view links will be getting put up, obviously, a little bit closer to the time. So make sure you don't miss it. I mean, support these kids because that first one was awesome. As we're going to hear a little bit from my next guest. So, but it was an awesome show, and I'd say Liverpool's just going to be so much bigger. So my next guest then is the man of the moment. Obviously, the guy everybody was talking about after Young Subs, and that was Toby Colling, the combat base Leeds. So Toby came out. He had one match. He had I think it was a gi match, but then what he done is I think somebody had pulled out. So Toby's like, you know what? I'm ready. I'm here. And obviously decided to take a no-gi match as well. So, which and a lot of times, a lot of people wouldn't do it because as they doing a gi match and a no gi match within a few matches of each other. But Toby went out, won both of them. First Young Subs double champ. And he came over to me after the first match. He's like, I told you, I'm going to win this one. I'm going to win the next one. And he did. He went out and he done exactly what he said he was going to do. So it was absolutely brilliant. So rightfully so that everybody is talking about him. So, but Toby, listen, absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for taking the time to speak to me.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, tell us about you then. So, Young Subs won. I mean, that was an absolute dream. That was a dream entrance into Young Subs for yourself. As they came in, first match, came into the second match, obviously won that as well. And I mean, first double champ as they made history that evening.
Yeah, well, I tried my best to make history every time I step on the mat. Do you know what I mean? But when I went out on the first fight, I had a really tough opponent, a blue belt. He was very technical. Gave me a good fight. The second guy very technical as well, higher belt than me. But obviously, I think it's more about how much time you put on the mat than how
The
to get
actual
the
belt.
results.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I'd say definitely, rightfully so that we're all talking about you. I mean, we're still, I mean, what was Young Subs a couple of weeks ago now? And do you know what I mean? Even in the group chats and stuff like that, I mean, your name's still the first name that we're all talking about. So when we talk about matchups and so on, it's like, okay, who are we going to get for Toby Collin? So who are we
Yes.
going to get for him? Because as I said, to come out and to take two matches is awesome. And that's the people that we love. That's the people that we love to see coming back and coming back. And as I said, as long as we can get an opponent for you, which I said before we came on here, it's going to be at some point it's going to be difficult to get someone that's going to come out and face you when you're doing away with all these guys left, right, and centre. So, but
Yeah.
it must be a great feeling. It must be a great feeling because yeah, I mean, people have been reposting your stuff, and there's a lot of videos and stuff going about you, a lot of kind of different posts. So it must
Yeah.
be a great feeling.
Yeah, it feels sick. Like to even be on them like them young subs and Matt. It were like, do you know? At first I thought, oh, it's gonna be like one of them like I don't know, like a little super fight. Do you know what I mean? We went
Yeah,
in, we saw the venue, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna have to do bits on here, and I chose did my bit. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah, yeah.
it was good.
It is. I mean, the thing we wanted to do with Young Subs is exactly the same as Sub Series. I mean, obviously, give you guys the same kind of, not like your walkouts, come out to your walkout music. Do you know what I mean? Exactly the same atmosphere. There was obviously a massive crowd as well, which came to support you guys, which was brilliant. We wanted to do the commentary, have the pay per view, so do it proper. So, what was it like? I mean, walking into the Fed, and as you said, walking in and seeing the venue and seeing where you were going to compete. What was that feeling like when you first seen it?
I walked in and I was like, I didn't know if I was fighting in the UFC or young subs. Do you know what I mean? I was like, this is mental. And we went up to like the sky top bit, and I looked down and I was like, yo, this is a bit of me. This like I knew this was. this is where I was going to win double gold. So
Yeah, yeah. It must be brilliant as well. I mean, walking, as I say, when you come out doing the walkout, obviously that first match, walking down the obviously the path all the way to the map, people cheering and so on. Obviously, people very excited to see you. What,
yeah.
what were the emotions like? What was the emotions like when you were doing that walk?
To be honest, like the first one where it was like I was on like what a minute notice or something. It was like I didn't have enough time to get scared. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? I was more like I was literally just straight on, and I was like, all right, let me just like experiment, like have fun, see what I can do, what I can't do, like. And the guy gave me a really tough fight at the start. Like I was trying to wrestle with him, and he would just take him, like he would just stop my takedown so well. And I was like, yeah, this guy's gonna give me a good fight. And when I first walked on, yo, it was like the atmosphere was sick, man. It was like everybody up there, people down here, everybody just cheering and that, and it gets you in the mood straight away. You just like, yeah, this is a bit of me. This.
yeah, yeah. It was great. It was great. And as I say, Liverpool, we're hopefully going to top. We're going to top Newcastle with the Liverpool event. So, what about training then? Obviously, in regards to you, how often do you train a week? How many times are you in the gym a week?
I try my best to do 2 to 3 times a day. I'll do one in the morning and then I'll do 2 sessions at night. But I'll do mainly like technique, like so we don't gas out, and then we'll do rounds at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? And my coach
Yeah,
helps me do that a lot. Like shout out Nam, but
yeah, yeah. Nan's awesome, man. I got a good chat. I've known Nan for since back in the day. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, when obviously we were out doing competitions, IBJJF comps, and Nam's obviously a fantastic guy. Definitely a fantastic person to have in your corner on that day as well.
yeah, he's mint. Like the you don't expect it. You know, like how much he shouts at you. Like you can hear him from a mile away. You could hear him from another stadium, and it's just like,
His
yeah.
instructions were very good, though. I mean, as I said, his coaching on the day, obviously, I was kind of listening to him, and as he was kind of coaching yourself and so on, and coaching was very, very good. His coaching was definitely on point. Do you know what I mean? So definitely a nice guy, great guy to have in your corner. What about young subs too, then? So, how are you going to top it? Because obviously, I've told you we're looking to top Newcastle. How are you going to top Newcastle?
I'm looking to top my next performance, and I've got a couple of hidden moves that I'm going to pull off. But yeah, I mean, we're going
Yeah.
to come with the fireworks to young subs too.
Yeah, yeah. It's going to be great as well. Obviously, Liverpool as well. Liverpool a little bit closer to Leeds than obviously Newcastle is as well. So not as far to travel. The Invisible Factory, again, it's a great venue. Another great venue. And that's the thing we want to do with the sub series and young subs. We want to have it like what you've seen in the Fed. That's the kind of place that we want to have it every single time. So we want to give you that same atmosphere that you got at young subs. Everything's going to be exactly the same, just it's going to be, as I said, bigger. So Liverpool's going to be awesome. Liverpool's a great place as well, in regards to grappling and the events that they put on as well. So Liverpool's going to be amazing for you, Toby.
Yeah, I'm hoping it is because I'll be amazing for the venue as well. I'm gonna put on a good display, hopefully.
Yes, yes. What did you think of the commentary? You obviously heard the commentary, but I was saying some good things about you, Toby. Yeah?
Yeah, we can't beat a Stoomboy commentary, can we? Do you know what I mean? It was
No.
I've never had a commentary like that. Like it was just, you know, I look back on the video and I was sat there and I was like, yo, like you made me look so much better than what I was. To be fair, like
Listen, what I do is the easy part. Do you know what I mean? I get the commentator, all you guys, and you guys going out there and doing your thing. That's the hard part. Do you know what I mean? So obviously, whatever I can do to bring people into the moment, do you know what I mean? I'm obviously going to do it. And you made it easy. You made the commentary for me very, very easy. Do you know what I mean? Just going out and doing your thing. So I know myself and obviously the co-commentator Fraser was absolutely buzzing for you. So, um,
yes.
just obviously got a comment coming in, just saying the voice of the voiceless, Stoom Steam Engine Henderson. He's talking about how many uh, interviews I do. So obviously when we set a day aside, we try and do as many interviews. But Miles Painter Miles does profiles for MMA fighters.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
so he's works for a company called MMA UK News. So Miles is in America. All right, so yeah, Miles does a lot of fantastic profiles. So what about you? You always going to be a jiu-jitsu guy? Is there any temptation to go over to MMA?
I do want to dabble in MMA a bit, but at the moment I'm unsure. Like I can see a future in both sports. Like I wanna go far in both. To be honest, like,
Yeah,
but I'm still young in it, so I can try do good in both.
yeah. So Miles, remember the name, man. Toby Colling, Combat Base Leeds. So hopefully we're doing a profile on you at some point in the very near future, Toby. So um, final thing then, Toby. So obviously again, I mean, Young Subs was amazing. Young Subs was fantastic. Young Subs 2 is going to be even better for you. As I say, there's going to be a lot more people watching it, especially because it's the second one. They know exactly what to expect. But for you, is there anybody in particular you want to kind of shout out to? Any friends, family members, teammates, anything like that?
Yeah, I wanna. Well, my dad is the person who got me into the sport in the first place. Like, I wouldn't have done it if he wasn't doing it in the first place. And then shout out to my coach Nam. Obviously, he's the man. And
Yes,
all my teammates at Combat Based Leeds who have helped me get to this point. Like, and hopefully, what I'm training for is young subs too, and they'll help me get there to get the win again. Hopefully.
definitely. What about sponsors? You any sponsors at the moment, Toby?
We've got Rate My Takeaway,
Yeah,
Danny Marlin. We've got Malcolm Michaels Butchers. They're all doing their bit, like helping me with nutrition, trips to competitions, helping me help representing myself. Like you see a lot, like I'm on Rate My Takeaway story a lot. So thank you to Rate My Takeaway. And we've got Diamond Scaffolding who do their bit as well. They gave us a shower at the gym, so we don't
nice.
stink.
Nice. Guys, anybody looking for sponsorship as well? I mean, one of the things that these kids do, I mean, these kids are absolutely amazing. I mean, they're out there doing all sorts. Things like shows like Young Subs. I mean, because it's pay-per-view, I mean, these kids will come out and they'll be, like, especially on their talks, they might have the companies that sponsor them on their kind of rash guards or the shorts or whatever. So you're going to get your brand out there in front of a load of people. And the kids are brilliant. Well, I was going to say they're brilliant on social media, but Toby's not very good on social media because he got his Instagram hacked. So tell us about that, Toby. Obviously, again, I forgot all about that. But yeah, I mean, obviously, you had to set up a new one. What happened? What happened for you?
So my friend was like, well, it wasn't my friend, but I thought it was my friend, and I was like, he sent me a link, and I was like, normally I don't click on links in it, but it was speaking like him, so I was like, wait, so and he was like, copy and paste this, so it won't like click a link. Fell for the most basic scam on the planet, man. It was, and then I literally looked away for 1 second, looked back, and my account was gone, and I was like, no way.
Yeah. Oh, listen, that happens, man. But listen, he's got a new one set up, so the new one's already in place.
Yeah,
The new one is Toby Colling BJJ, so that's TOBYCOLLING BJJ. So obviously go on that. It's the picture of him. I think it's the Young Subs picture.
yeah,
So
yeah.
so definitely head over. I know I've posted the link to the profile. We'll post it again, so obviously everybody can get onto it. And I know Toby was desperate to try and get as many people back on his
Yeah.
new profile from the old one. See, he is okay. He's okay at Instagram and all that. But yeah, I mean, as his sponsors, he'll definitely get you out there. So anybody looking to sponsor him, just hit up obviously Toby, and he'll be more than happy to obviously have a discussion. Or maybe not him directly, but maybe someone else, dad or whoever it is that's in charge of everything for him. So who wins in a match between you and your dad, Toby? Who's the man in the house?
Listen, he does not want it. That's all I'm saying. I am the man of the house.
Listen, Double Champ does whatever he wants, man. He does whatever he wants. So,
So,
but yeah, listen, absolute pleasure, Toby. So, guys, Young Subs 2 in Liverpool. As I say, that's going to be the 22nd of February. So, ticket availability, make sure you head over to the usual place, either the Young Subs official or Submission Series, and you've all got all the ticket details through there. As I said, pay-per-view link will be posted up, obviously, a little bit closer to the time. So if you can't make the event, make sure you do get the pay-per-view. I mean, these are some of the best kids in and around the UK at the moment. I mean, you're not going to see any better kids out there. These kids are out there doing IBJJF comps, they're world champions, European champions, British champions. Do you know what I mean? Double young subs champions. Do you know what I mean? So, or one double champ for the young subs. So, but yeah, I mean, they're amazing kids, absolutely amazing kids. It's brilliant to see them. It's brilliant to commentate on them, and they're so happy. The thing you do is when you watch them, they're so happy to be on the mats. And I mean, they walk out with so much confidence. We saw that in Toby when he walked out in both of them matches. He walked out with so much confidence. It was unbelievable, and it shows when they go onto the mat and they start rolling. So just the confidence oozes out of these kids. So it's going to be excellent to see them again just in a few weeks' time. But Toby, listen, absolute pleasure, brother. Thank you very
thank
much
you for
for
having me on.
taking the time to speak to me, obviously. So listen, have a good 3 weeks. Enjoy the next 3 weeks. Obviously, stay safe. And yeah, let's fingers crossed we can get you another double or even a treble champ in Liverpool.
Hopefully,
So,
hopefully.
yes. But listen, brother, thank you again, and you enjoy the rest of your evening. Okay.
Same with you.
Take care, buddy.